We're back. We're MPJ, and we're reviewing the rock scene. Welcome to my wonderful panel, to Pete, to Laurent, to Trish, and to William, and of course to the absent Simon. We review the latest rock albums, and we rate them out of 5, see if they get into a Hall of Fame. Today's offering is Calva Louise and Edge of Abyss. Now, let's start with you, Lauren. Will you take us to the edge of Abyss and over the edge, or not? What do you think of Calva Louise? Had you heard of them before?
I had not heard of them before. However, I certainly know them now. Wow. A total gut punch of an opening track. I loved the balance of the singing. This falls right in my wheelhouse. So one of my favourite bands that I one day will desperately try to see live is Bring Me the Horizon, because they've got that level of production with the singing and the shouting and all that sort of stuff. This hit that sweet spot. It was literally like, I can almost describe it. It's like, you know those massages you can get that you put on the top of your head that stroke your head? It was like that sort of sensation. It just tickled my brain in all the right ways. I love the fact that their album and their music in general, it explores the feelings of otherness and isolation. The way that fits with them is because, of course, I think all of the band, if not the majority, are immigrants to the UK. So it's all about how do we find our footing in our new reality, in this new environment. And they do that so well. Like, it could be so easily to play into that so hard. But they do it just enough so it's like, this speaks to our story, but also you can just connect with it. Because as we as a group know, people who are into alt music and stuff like that often is because we're exploring feelings of otherness and that sort of style, being alternative people. And I just love that it did that. I just fell in love with it. Big stank face. Whole album, I was like, yeah, absolutely loved it. To the point that, like, I was in the kitchen doing washing up after cooking and stuff like that, and I literally stopped and was like, right, I'm just gonna have a little personal mosh to myself like an absolute idiot, because it was just so enjoyable. I couldn't have loved it more if I tried. The whole album has made it into my personal listening, and I'm so excited to try and go see them eventually, because what a lineup, and oh my god, this is so well done. And also just to see what else they release in future. I think they're going to find their way firmly into my little group of select artists that I just absolutely adore.
Wow, excellent. And this is what the journey's all about. And let's continue that journey with Trish. Trish, what do you think?
This band are bringing electronic, new metal, metalcore, all mixed and mashed together in a baby metal style, but with their own twist and individuality to it. I love the flip between the different languages on tracks like Aimless, for example. Impeccable is a banger of a tune, and you can envisage the crowd jumping around to this track at one of their concerts. I did find towards the end of the album, the length of it was getting a bit too long for me to keep me engaged, but that's just a minor niggle on my part and shouldn't detract from the album, because as a whole, I really liked it to listen to. It's got an edginess that sets it apart. I would like to see this band live. And I know they are playing 23rd November, Kentish Town Forum in London. I wish them so much success with this and their future, as they so deserve it.
Lauren, looks like you're going to Kentish Town. I
don't know, maybe.
Well, she just said she wanted to go and see them. So, but there we go. William.
Oh man, this was such a cool album. To start off, I have a real soft spot to music in general, but especially heavy music sung in foreign languages. I think it's so cool hearing music in different languages, sort of that, having that portrayed in different ways to what you're conventionally used to.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. All the tracks, which I'm gonna not try and pronounce, because it's been a long time since I studied Spanish at school. Didn't do very well at school. I'm certainly not going to be any better now. But it's really cool. As Lauren said, it's the whole, like, they're all immigrants who formed this band. The lead singer's Venezuelan, hence the Spanish. So it's really cool having all these themes about trying to fit in and find yourself. Oh man, all I'm gonna do is just repeatedly say how fun this is, how cool it is, and everything. So I'm gonna stop myself now before I just endlessly repeat myself. But it's just really cool. I am a very big fan of.
William, tell us how you really think.
Pleasantly.
Pete, did you think this was just super cool? Will you carry on this wonderful trend? I feel an overwhelming love for this album.
So yeah, I was not familiar with Calva Louise at all. Did some research actually just now, and I found out that there's three people, and one of them is from Venezuela, one of them is from New Zealand, and one of them is from France. So like each from different continents, and they all came to the UK for the music scene, which I think is an amazing background story. So starting off the album, didn't take long for me to get into it, because within 0.5 of a second, somebody starts screaming at you, and I love it. They keep up the energy all throughout the album. Agree with Trish that Aimless and Impeccable are two really standout tracks there. Then suddenly she starts screaming on español, y yo hablo un poco español también. So one of the ways I learned speaking Spanish is by listening to Spanish music. So I always liked, just crafting my language skills by listening to foreign music and try to pick out words that I know, and so I can try and understand what the song is about. So that was a nice little exercise for me during this album. It's been a while since I spoke Spanish. So yeah, a lot of reasons to love this album. So I can see why everybody's so positive about it, and I'm joining in.
Okay. It was good. And it was okay. I just there are some aspects of this album that I absolutely love and adore, and other aspects of it that I'm like, nah. There was a bit too screamo in there. I don't mind a little bit of foreign kind of singing, but I think it was a bit too much in there. I like to know what the lyrics are, and if I don't understand the language, I enjoy it. I think it fits in with the music, but it doesn't talk to me because I don't understand it, and I know that's my downgrade. So from a musical point of view, I kind of like it, and then I kind of go like, yeah, but what are they singing about it? And I've not really got the time to go to Google Translate and kind of have a look at it. So it kind of spoils my enjoyment a little bit, but I also really appreciate it. I enjoyed it. I think it was a really good album, but there was a bit too much screaming in there on times. It was a bit too loud, and I kind of pivoted. I kind of was a bit of a floppy duck on the fish, for flop one way, then flop another way, and then flop another way. So it took me on a little bit of a journey in that regard. But ultimately, though, there was nothing that really kind of stood out for me that made it to my cool kind of playlists in that way, which basically means that I have no reason to want to keep going back to this album, even for a song or two, really. But it was good. I wouldn't say it was a bad album. I did enjoy it to a point, I think. So, let us find out, shall we? Let's find out if it's enough to get into our Hall of Fame. We'll start with Simon, because Simon gave this a 3.5. Pete, what did you give it?
Like I said, I enjoyed it, but I don't think it's something I'll be coming back to at all. So 3 out of 5.
Yeah, do you know what? I also give it a 3 out of 5. Not looking good so far, is it? Trish, what did you give it?
I gave it a 4.5.
Probably not going to do it. It's going to need at least a couple of 5s. William.
Well, here's one of the 5s. It's
a 5. And Lauren!
Bringing it home, baby. It's another 5.
Yeah!
Oh, right. Well, Pete, bad news. We're dropping your 3. And I tell you for why, Pete. Well, because you sounded... I was going to drop mine, but the way you reviewed this album, it was going to be more than the 3. I mean...
Yeah, I was really I was really torn between a 3 and a 3.5. So yeah, like if I'd given the grade on another day, it may have been a 3.5. I don't know. But yeah, you can drop mine because your scores are dropped so often.
Oh, this side of the stage it is. You're right. It is. Bizarrely, only 2. Right. So that got a 4.2. A 4.2. Welcome to Calva Louise and to our Hall of Fame. It's a joint top album of the month with War Kings. It's our 69th favourite album of all time out of 578 albums, which is amazing, and creeps into our top 20 for the year. I mean, it just goes to show, isn't it? 69th of all time, but only top 20 for this year. That's how high standard this year has been so far. So congratulations. So, not an automatic slot for album of the year, but who knows? Maybe one of these two lovely people might put it in as a shortlist. You never know. We will wait and find out. In the meantime, do you agree? Do you disagree? Please leave your comments below. Hit the like and subscribe button. We hope to hit 1,000 subscribers this month, and that would be amazing. Thank you very much. Keep safe and keep on rocking. And thank you to my wonderful panel. Goodbye from all of us. Goodbye.